How is life then under a new manager? You've had a few weeks to get used to things. How's it going?
It's very good. It's a lot different to what we've been doing and to what I've been involved with this club, and I feel like we're heading in the right direction and we're going on to something positive.
So what's different then? What are some of the things that you're referring to there?
Just like in the terms of the way we play, we want to dominate games now, whereas beforehand you would see us not do it as so much, but with more. This time it's more possession based, and we're to dominate games, especially with the first half against Huddersfield. I think the fans got to see a lot of what we're trying to do, and we're just trying to learn more about it because we've only been with the gaffer now for 2 weeks, and we're just continuing to learn more and more of what he wants, and it's starting to come out, and you're seeing that on the pitch.
It seems like you're quite happy with that change in emphasis, that way of playing.
Yeah, definitely. I think it suits me more in the style of play I play, and he's really helping me with that, and hopefully I can repay that on the pitch.
You've played for a few managers at Middlesbrough now, haven't you, in your in your 4 seasons?
Yeah, it feels like I've been with a couple of managers now. Yeah, definitely.
Because it also feels to me, I mean, you are only 22, but it feels like you've been around forever. Does it feel similar for you?
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm about 32 now. It feels a long time. Feels a long time.
So that said then, do you feel like a central part of this team then? Because the reason I asked that is because last season Neil Warnock, time and time again, said Tav knows and Dale Fry, they're going nowhere while I'm here. So that was how important that you were to him. Do you feel that important?
Well, it's always nice to hear, but my mum always told me you've got to keep your head on your shoulders and just keep working hard every day, because that's what got me here, and that's what's gonna take me to the next level in my game. So I've just got to keep level headed and just keep working hard to push myself.
How about this season then? You said you mentioned Huddersfield with Chris Wilder. That felt like that was a first half, particularly where it started to click for you all. The way you play, where do you see yourself fitting in? Because I've lost count of the number of conversations we've had on the radio about where Marcus Tavernier's best position is.
No, I feel like this manager's really put me in a position that I enjoy playing most, and I feel like I can be most effective. So now it's just time for me to get the role disciplined into my game and start contributing more higher up the pitch.
Do you feel playing there gives you more responsibility as well?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like when you're in the middle of the pitch, you've got a lot more responsibilities and roles to do as you're in the centre. So hopefully I can just start doing that in my game and helping the team.
What about goals? Because I've seen you score some crackers over the years, but not that many at the moment. I mean, just one this season. Is that something you think you should be getting more of?
Yeah, definitely for sure. I know I should be scoring more goals, and it's just something I've got to work on myself, and feel like I just need to relax more when I'm in front of goal, and then I know that once I start scoring, it'll just keep continuing going on.
Is that something Chris Wilder's talked to you about? Play, because he, from the sound of it, he's quite big on placing demands on people, being clear about his expectations. A goal's something that he's talked to you about?
Well, it's just that we've talked about as a team. We know that we need to score more goals to get promotion, and we can't just rely on the strikers. So us as midfield players, we need to contribute where we can.
How do you see the state of the season then as we head towards Christmas?
I feel like anything's possible at the moment. We know that the league's so tight. There's 6 points from playoffs and 6 points from down. So we just know that if we keep on winning, concentrating on ourselves, everything will go into place for us to push for promotion.
And I just want to give you the right of reply to something that, again, talked about, Neil Warnock used to talk about you all the time. One of the things he used to say was, I know Marcus is all right because he's whinging. Now, do you think you're a big whinger?
I don't see it, but then the other day, Tuesday in training, I realised that at the end of training I lost my head a little bit, and I realised that maybe he was right a little bit. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit. I told him I might need a little bit of therapy.
Well, if whinging works, keep whinging.
Thank you.
As Mark was saying, Neil Warnock did used to talk about you a lot. And he obviously had a real soft spot for you. Did you find it difficult when all of a sudden you learned that there was a new manager coming in?
I feel like now I've got older and I've been with a few managers now. It's to start off with, it's obviously tough to deal with, but it's part of the game. So you've just got to move on with it. And it sounds bad, but you've got to put the bygones be bygones and then just focus on what the new chapter is.
I guess so. You've got to kind of harden yourself to all of that emotional stuff, haven't you?
Yeah. Obviously, you have everyone's got their personal relationships with a manager, whether it's good and bad, with who you've been with, and obviously mine with the old gaffers was very good, and I've got nothing but nice words to say about him.
So how does Chris Wilder differ in his personality, in his approach?
I feel like I think the demand of what he wants from the players and the intensity he wants from training, you can see it's a lot different, and it's a different way of playing. Every manager has their own styles, but I think this is suiting the team in a better way, and hopefully we can show that on the pitch like we have been doing on our latest games.
But I suppose in terms of personality, they're both kind of gritty, sort of northern guys. Is there a similarity there in that sense?
Yeah, definitely. They're both like high standards. That's a given with your work rate and your discipline in the building and on the pitch.
So is Chris Wilder a sort of arm around the shoulder guy, or a kick up the backside sort of guy, or a bit of both?
I think he can do a bit of both, definitely. I've only seen the nice side at the moment. I'm not trying to see the kick up the backside side yet.
It's early days.
Yeah, definitely.
So Swansea at the weekend, as you were saying there, the league is so tight, but a victory against them is only, I think, a point between you. You could essentially jump up a few places in the table, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we just have to focus game by game on what we have to do and go in there try and get 3 points. That's what we believe we can do against any team in the league. So we're just gonna focus on what we can do against them and hopefully come away with them points.
So is being in the playoffs, getting to the playoffs, is still a realistic target for you then?
100%. We know that we're more than capable of getting into the playoffs. We know that we can challenge for that in a good strength. So that's what we're going to try and do, and that's what we're going to focus on week in, week out, and make sure that we pick up the points we need to do that.
I don't suppose you've given any thought to January whatsoever, but I've seen a few rumours floating around about interest potentially from Leeds. Have you seen or heard anything along those lines?
Not apart from my mum telling me that's all I know. All I know is I'm a Middlesbrough player, and I'm focusing on trying to get promotion and get into the playoffs with us.
I guess though, getting into a sort of Premier League team would ultimately be a dream for any player.
Yeah, but that's my dream as coming through the academy here to get promoted with Middlesbrough and then playing the Premier League with Middlesbrough. I've seen it from as a kid growing up, so hopefully I can just do that and live it myself.
And how's morale amongst the whole team? Have you got kind of closer as a group over the last couple of weeks or so?
I feel like we always were a close group, whether any circumstances we've been under. So I think everyone's happy at the moment. We're all enjoying training, we're all working hard, and there's a big team spirit at the moment.
And that's really crucial, isn't it, to being a successful team as well, being a happy one?
Yeah, definitely. We know that we've got experienced players here, and they say that if the changing room's good, it can help you in dark times. And we know that with the players we've got that in abundance.
So, what's your approach going to be to the weekend's game against Swansea then?
Well, I'm about to find out at 11 o'clock in the meeting, so I'll let you know after that.
Thanks very much, Marcus. Cheers.
Scott, please.
Hi mate, hope you're well. Marcus, I was just going to say, we forget kind of how young you were when you first came to the academy, I think, and how long and how much you've been through. I mean, those early days in the academy, what kind of lads, first of all, were you playing with at that time? Are there other lads who are still here, or other lads who have gone elsewhere? What age group are we talking about?
In my age group, I think there was Ben Liddell.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ben Liddell's the. I think he's the only one playing there. I know he's at Bristol Rovers, but he's gone on to Queen of the South. But
yeah,
I know Mitchell Curry. He went to he's gone to Fort Lauderdale, and he's just got just accepted he's professional for Miami. But I don't think. Yeah. And then there's a couple playing low league. I know Jack Lambert. He's at Darlington now. But
he is, yeah.
But there's not many of us. I don't think anymore. But then obviously when I moved up, we had the likes of Harry Chapman, Dale Fry, Junior Mondal.
Yeah,
I know he's at Darlington. So I know there's a few still playing, and it's nice to see that, because you know that it's a hard game to get into. So it's nice to see that players are still here.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a little bit of a West Yorkshire accent coming through, but this must feel like home and your club because, you have come right the way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I know the first moment when I got released at Newcastle and I came to Middlesbrough, as soon as I came here and I seen the building and everything, I knew that I felt welcomed and I felt like it was my home. And as I've got older and grew with it, it just grew further and further in my heart.
And does that, who knows where your career might take you in the future, but do you think that'll always be with you? That, the work that the club's put into you and the links and the bonds and everything that you've had will always be a big part of who you are and wherever your football journey takes you?
Oh, 100%. No matter what, I can't take this away from Middlesbrough. They've made me who I am as a player, and they've helped me develop to who I am. So it'd be silly of me to think of that I could just forget about a club like this when in future if I ever moved. I know that Middlesbrough will always have a big place for me, and I always love and check on them and see how they're doing. And
in terms of kind of where we are, we've obviously we saw you break into the first team, we saw you cement your place in the first team, we saw you become an influential player in the first team. I guess is the next step on that journey to, I don't know how to put this, but kind of really take something by the scruff of its neck and have maybe 2 or 3 months where you are really at the peak of your game and running things, because it seems like you're at that level in your career where you can do that now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've spoken with this manager about, my consistency when I play. I know it's not one of the best things, and I know it's something that I need to work on to help me, and not just me but the team as well, because I know I'm capable of doing that. So it's just time for me to really focus on myself and listen to what people are telling me to move forward and get the best out of me.
And in terms of where this season could go, I know kind of Dawn touched on it there, but there have clearly been horrendous injury issues in the first half of the season. If hopefully they can get cleared up, then we probably haven't yet seen what this season's Middlesbrough squad is actually capable of, have we? Because I don't think either manager's been able to put out anything like what would probably be their first choice team.
No, we know that we've suffered from injuries as a team, and it's something that we as a team need to look at and correct. But we know that players are coming back, and when they do now, we know that they're going to be fit, and we can have hopefully all the players to pick from. So the manager's got a headache to pick the best starting 11.